Breaking news coming out today. If you're a veteran, someone on Social Security, or pretty much anybody in the United States, you're going to want to see this as President Joe Biden came out today in a speech addressing the jobs report, and he accused Republicans of manufacturing a crisis due to the debt limit right now. And he's saying that Republicans, they want to make cuts, they want to hurt America, and he's not letting them do it. And as a result, they are going to throw us into a crisis that will devastate not only our nation and our low income, but the entire world. We are looking at a potential first ever U.S. default. We have never had this before and never been this close. Now, I'm going to share with you the video footage so you can see what he had to say today. And Republicans are already responding back. All of this unfolding today, May 5th, 2023. And they're saying, no, what the president is saying is false. He is using tricks and lies, and they're saying that they are on the side of veterans and the low income, and they do not want to make cuts to their benefits. They're saying they just want to cut the spending and have certain items get reduced because the president and Democrats' spending is out of control, and they are causing massive inflation. You're going to be seeing for yourself what they had to say, and President Joe Biden calls them out and says, what we need to do is take the two different items, the debt ceiling increase and the spending cuts, we need to pull them apart, pass the debt ceiling increase on so we do not look at a potential default. But Republicans are saying no, because if we do that, the Democrats and President Joe Biden are going to continue to spend and drive our nation into further inflation. So I'm going to share this with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that they should break them apart, pass the debt ceiling increase so we don't go into a default, but risk the chance of the Democrats then dismissing all of the potential spending cuts that the Republicans have proposed to try to help us out and pull back inflation? Let me know your thoughts. Now, in addition to that, we had heard that promise from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy that if you break them apart, pass the debt ceiling increase, I will then take into consideration in the Senate your bill that you have proposed. And the vast majority of people are saying they would not take that deal because they do not trust Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. That's what's been vocalized here on the channel anyways. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, let's take a look at this. All of this just coming out today. But before we dive in, if you appreciate the breaking news, do me a quick favor. Smash the like button for me. Just takes a second. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe if you want to stay up to date on everything going on. And if you want to give me more information about what you think the community would like to see, consider hitting the join button to get exclusive access. We're going to be very soon doing a one-on-one. I'm hoping to do a StreamYard. So if you'd like, I can actually speak to you and see your face, not just comments when we go live. So we're going to be looking into that here very soon as well. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the video footage. Let's start off with the president, what he had to say, and then what Lauren Boebert had to say in response to what he said today.
Unfortunately, I won't say Republican because I think they're pretty well divided, but our MAGA Republicans in Congress are threatening to undo all this progress by letting us, quote, default on the debt unless we agree to their demands. The two are totally unrelated. Whether you pay the debt or not doesn't have a damn thing to do with what your budget is. What your budget is. Where you're going to spend money, how you're going to raise the money, what are you going to cut, what are you going to... They're two separate issues. Two. And let's get it straight. They're trying to hold the debt hostage to us to agree to some draconian cuts, magnificently difficult and damaging cuts. But I'll get into that in a little bit. But unfortunately, they're threatening to undo all this progress by letting us default. Their budget that they promoted, that was attached to their debt ceiling increase, but they tied them together now. I want to make that clear. You all know this, I know, but for the listeners, they've tied it together. They say we're not going to increase the debt that every president has done for the last 6 million years here. Never hadn't done anything but that, unless you pass our budget as we're proposing. Now, their budget would put 21 million people at risk of losing Medicaid. It would cut federal law enforcement by 28,000 personnel, 28,000, FBI, DEA, etc. It would cut 100,000 teachers and support staff. It would cut 30 million veterans health care visits. And I increased the VA budget because the veterans were in such difficult shape. having so much trouble getting appointments and the like. According to Moody's, not the Democratic Party, according to Moody's, their budget plan would eliminate 780,000 jobs. Say it again, it would eliminate 780,000 jobs, according to Moody's. And America's debt has accumulated over 200 years, and my predecessor, in the 4 years he was president, increased it by that total debt by 40%. 4 years. 4 years. Let's be clear. And by the way, even during that period, all the Republicans voted to, the Republican Party voted to increase the debt limit, like the only responsible thing you could do. At any rate, let's be clear. This is no small part about paying our bills that were accumulated not by me, not by my administration, but by former presidents and previous Congresses. I was in the Congress, so I voted for some of them as well, but I wasn't president. We're not a deadbeat nation. We pay our bills. And so, look, next week I'm going to reiterate to congressional leaders that they should do what every other Congress has done. That is, pass the debt limit, avoid default. And as I've said all along, we can debate where to cut, how much to spend, how to finally move the tax system where everybody doesn't pay their fair share or continue the route they're on, but not under the threat of default. Let's have the normal arguments. That's why we have a budget process, to debate and open so you all can see it and know exactly what it is that they want to spend the money on, what they want to cut it on, who pays taxes, who doesn't pay taxes, and us as well. We're ready for that debate. We're ready for that debate. The last thing this country needs, after all we've been through, is a manufactured crisis. And that's what this is, a manufactured crisis. And that's what it is from beginning to end. It's a manufactured crisis driven by the MAGA Republicans in the Congress. Look, instead, we should be debating a vision of our country's future. Their vision versus our vision. Totally legitimate. Totally legitimate. And it's legitimate. The American people said we like their vision better than ours. But debate the vision. And whether or not we're going to take our country backward, and certainly not whether or not we're going to default on our debt.
So there you have it. Now, let me know your thoughts, as we heard from the president say that the Republicans' bill will be making cuts that they have proposed, and this is going to be hurting individuals. However, the Republicans have already responded. Take a look at this video footage from Lauren Boebert as she says all of that is lies, it's not true, and that they are on the side of those collecting Social Security, Medicare, and veterans, who she's saying now they're saying Republicans are going to be hurting. Take a look at this video footage. Let me know your thoughts.
Okay, let's get real here. Oftentimes the attacks from the left and their lies are so absurd and far off, they make me laugh. But other times they just downright make me mad because they hurt people. All across the country, the Democrats are ramping up another set of lies and false attack ads, this time trying to desperately politicize and scare our veterans. It's disgusting, it's a complete lie, and it's consistent with how today's Democrats in D.C. roll. They lied about Social Security and Medicare, and now they are lying about cuts to the VA. Let me be clear. Not a single Republican, including me, voted to cut anything at the VA with our Limit, Save, Grow Act. There is nothing in the text of this bill that harms any veteran. But the inaction by Democrats on out-of-control spending is harming each and every one of us with runaway inflation and $32 trillion in debt. Republicans support our veterans because we love our veterans and we love the freedoms we all enjoyed because of their bravery and commitment to our country. If you are a veteran seeing this message, know that I have your back, and so does our entire Republican Party. We love you, I love you, and will always support you, even when these desperate Democrats use their dirty tricks to try to scare you over and over again.
There you have it. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As I mentioned to you, we have until June 1st, we're hearing, then the X date will hit and our nation will default. Now, if you missed all the details, be sure to check out the video that I uploaded previously on that. Now, in addition to that, I've also let you guys know that in the month of May, there are still some stimulus checks that are going out to help out various individuals that are eligible. There's about a dozen or so that I recently named off for you going out this month to different states, cities, and counties. Be sure to check it out at this video right here if you'd like to get more information on that. I'll keep you up to speed on everything and what unfolds with our debt, our Social Security, stimulus, all of it. I'll keep you up to speed. And if you want a comprehensive list, www.reliefroadmap.com for all the checks in the nation. I got over 100 different ones. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a blessed weekend. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.